Come on. Sorry about that. Chief. All right. This is Jerry Diamond. How to get out of Babylon. And we're going to go on a visit today by internet to Porcupine Ranch. I want to do another video just on them. Give them a shout out. Boost our subscribers beyond 9 subscribers. Come on, people, please subscribe to them. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. What do you got in the bag, Marcus? Ears. All right. So anyway, John and Olga have a good sense of humor. They're sharp, and they've got. I'm going to just kind of give a tour of their channel here. They have quite a few varied videos, 11 videos. Let's just do that right now. So we have, bam. Cleaning a barn out. Oh my gosh, a mess, a terrible mess. A little bit of humor there. Free samples at Porcupine Ranch of rat jerky. They had a rat must have eaten some of the poison. It was there, I think, when they moved in, but it fell from the ceiling and it was dehydrated, mummified. Pretty cute. So anyway, that's been one of his big projects, and that when Shannon and I, Brother Shannon, went and visited, that's where we, visited, was in the barn, and he had a little heater there. Really nice setup, basically a man cave, shop, workshop, tool shed. Had been a bathroom in it. Could not believe that nobody had ever put in a wood stove. I mean, good grief, you live in the Ozarks, there's wood everywhere. Heat with wood, I mean, not really free because you put a lot of work into it, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I love it. Sitting here by a wood stove right now. So Olga has a beautiful Russian accent. Just very enjoyable to listen to. Very, also very funny. Good sense of humor. So this cone is older than your grandma. And she does recipes, how to make egg drop soup. Burn barrel video, very good. Needs to get a boom mic with a foam thing on it, foam cover to protect from the wind, but audio is a little bit rough on it. But, we all learn as we go. I've had my burn barrel experiences, and you can go and listen to those. How not to do a burn barrel. No, basically I was burning a stump out. Long story. But fortunately I didn't start a fire and burn down the entire forest. So John had a good deal there. Persimmon butter on the ranch, part 2, on the ranch, part 1. That's some of their first ones there. And A Taste of Things to Come, that was one of their first, or if not their first visit there. So the first video there, though, is one that I want to focus on. Just talk about it a little bit here, because John was very intelligent, very systematic. They sold their home, planning to come here, but they sold their home in Arizona. That's where they're sitting there at the table there. And I'm not going to play it, but love the little porcupines. So,
hello, welcome to the Porcupine.
So they're sitting at their home in Arkansas, yeah, Arizona, the other A. And my point is that, I would recommend to John, and for people to ask questions, the process he went through, looking for land, and how they went about doing that, because they bought a nice little place, 15 acres of ballpark. And one thing that he definitely stated, and I have stated repeatedly, and that is instant acres, homestead crossings. If there's any way, you just don't have to go that route. You can find some other option. If you can get out here and visit around, you can find a place to live. Save up money, buy land, as in pay a lot less for it, and pay it off in a short amount of time. I talked to one woman a few weeks ago. Jersey and I were at the 4-county thrift store and food bank thing. And this poor gal, they were buying 5 acres. I think they still owed, if I'm not mistaken, $15,000. The guy that sold it to them actually told them, well, you're the 20th people that have bought it. What kind of money is that guy making? Whether it's 2 months or 5 months or 10 months or a year or 2 years, and they belly up, the guy has made a ton of free money. So don't do that. John has his real estate license, and he's going to be my go-to guy because he knows what to look for. I know what to look for. Somehow or another, we've got to put together a deal where we can buy, even if it's 10 acres to start, pool some resources, get 10, 40, 80, 100 acres. I've looked at 300-acre properties. It's doable if some people would just get together and do it. I've talked about it before, but hopefully John will be a catalyst here to help us achieve that, because we've got to stop these people from buying bare land. You buy bare land, you've just pretty much got nothing. If you don't have water, you got nothing. You can't live without water. Now, yeah, you can haul it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can catch rainwater, blah, blah, blah. You really need good, safe well water. So, spring water, well water. And you can't have well water without some kind of power. There's not enough wind to do it. You got to have some kind of electricity or a lot of fuel to run some kind of a motor. In other words, you can do it with a diesel motor compressing air, diesel-driven compressor, air tank. That's what a lot of the Amish do. Yes, it's off-grid. Yes, it doesn't have electricity. Is it off-grid? Not really. Yeah, nobody's off-grid. Amish are not off-grid. They get in a van every week to go to Walmart and buy all their sugar and other things that they have to have. So that's my little rant on that. And John will agree, and we're on the same page on that. Let's go to his the About, which is nicely done, well filled out. Porcupine Ranch is set on acreage within the beautiful Ozark wilderness. We wanted to live a rural country lifestyle where people value others for what is inside rather than the wealth of their wallet or purse. 2 thumbs up. We wanted to return to the soil, raise drug-free livestock, and produce organic crops for a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. We sold our home in the big city, moved to the countryside in the Ozarks, finding good people, hard work, and clean living. Looking to do the same? Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and follow us. Please, no petting the porcupines. I'll have him touch on that. He can cover that. Neat story, though. I got a picture of his little porcupine, little garden art statue thingy. Channels. Now, here's where I always find it very fascinating. Channels people subscribe to, not a lot there, but playlist, quite interesting. They have their own Porcupine Ranch playlist. Okay, there's their 11 videos. Looked at those. Trapping, not a lot there, but Dave Canterbury stuff, good stuff. Survival Russia, good channel. Critter Control, not familiar with. And I always love looking at these, because you find other channels that you never heard of before. And then, here's where you really tell where somebody's coming from or how old they are, their playlist. Oh yeah. And this is his crack up. A lot of oldies here. Spandau Ballet's one time. I've even heard that. Horse with No Name. Foreigner. Waiting for a Girl. Toto, Africa. Oh yeah. Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Yep. What are we doing today, Brainy? Same thing we're doing every day, Pinky. Gonna try to take over the world. Tears for Fears. Berlin. Mm-hmm. Sister Golden Hair. Take Me Home, Country Roads. The best version of that ever is by a Nordic group. Roadhouse. Oh, come on. Can't remember. Anyway, look it up. Really awesome. I mean, it's completely with a set, Western set, and playing the parts and everything. Very cool. I might think of it here in a minute. If I don't think of it, I'll think of it. So anyway, Southern Cross, Buffalo Springfield, Zager and Evans in the year 2525. Oh yeah. And now getting down to some other ones. Good and Bad and the Ugly Orchestra. Yeah, very cool. Eye of the Tiger. A couple of probably Russian ones there. From Olga's hosting. Fistful of Dollars, Danish National Symphony. And now here you get to the politics here. Johnny Reb, You Fought All the Way. Dixie's Land Popular National Anthem. Irish Rebel Song. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Yeah. Drunken Sailor, Irish Rovers, Dubliners, Whiskey in the Jar. Rising of the Moon. So this would tell you that they might either be Irish or Celtic, and probably a Confederate type. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I want to watch that one. The Wandering Barge. That looks an interesting one. So anyway, a little bit of is there another one in here? Battlestar Galactica, All Along the Watchtower. That's about it. So anyway, shout out. Please subscribe to him. I'd like to see him boost up. Now, another thing that John should do, and this is a personal challenge, whatever you want to call it, calling him out. I'm calling you out. Do some videos on how you did the process of finding your land, things to look for. Of course, it's going to be free advertising for you. This guy can be our go-to guy to help you find land around him and build a community around him, around me, around the farm in Fairgrove there. So, very awesome. Wow, just phenomenal. Fact. And what happened was he was going to do home appraisal, home inspection appraisal type thing, and the class was canceled. Weren't enough people. So he's like, man, what am I going to do? And his Olga had said, well, maybe you should do real estate. He'd already been thinking about it, and I think a friend of his had mentioned that that's what he ought to do. Boom, that was it. Took the test, passed it, bam, he's a real estate agent. So awesome. In Lebanon. It's not Lebanon, it's Lebanon. If you're local. If you want to say Lebanon, mispronounce the name the way they pronounce their city, they know you're not local. Monette. It's not Monet. It's El Dorado. It's not El Dorado. All I got. Versailles. It's Versailles. It's not Versailles. So, anyway. So yeah, please subscribe. I'm giving them a shout out. Please cover how to look for land, how to go about it, procedure, John, and that would be the one thing. There's other things that we'll talk about as time goes on. We did a visit out there. They're going to come out here sometime and visit. So just very, very cool couple. How they made it work. Just bam. Now, always helps to have a home in the city that's worth something that you can sell and come out with some money. That's most people's problem, but that does not mean it can't happen. When I showed up in Missouri, I didn't have a nickel. My family now owns 70 acres, and it's all paid for. So you can do it. It's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time and not wasting, not paying too much for land that it's not worth. So there's some strictures there. There's some things you need to look out for, and things to be aware of, and things to do and things to not do. And John can help us all in that. So I'll leave it at that. Alrighty. Good night. This is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. Please listen. And hear and listen.